So today we are starting exercise 6.2. So let us try to solve the first example from this exercise. In this case, we have to find out the length of the perpendicular from this point to this line. So already we have proved some formulas to find out distance of a point from a line. So let us apply that formula. What is that formula? Alpha bar under root alpha bar minus a bar whole bracket square. What is this alpha bar? Alpha bar is the position vector of this point. Means from this point we will get the value of what? Alpha bar. And a bar is nothing but a position vector of point on the line. So since the equation of line is given to us, we are able to find out coordinate of one point on the line, and from that coordinate we are able to find out value of a bar. And b bar is nothing but what? Vector parallel to the line, or we can say that vector along the line. Once these three values are known to us, substitute these values in this formula and try to find out distance of a point from a line. First we are trying to find out the values required to apply this formula from the given condition in the example. So observe the given condition in the example. So here one point is given to us. We are denoting its position vector by alpha bar. So alpha bar be the position vector of point. Let us denote that point by P, and its coordinates are 2, -3, 1. So we have denoted position vector of given point by alpha bar. So from the coordinate of the point, alpha bar will be equals to 2i cap minus 3j cap plus k cap. So well, our first value is known to us. Which value is known to us? Alpha bar. Now consider the equation of line. Equation of line is, what is the equation of line here? X plus 1 upon 2 is equals to y minus 3 upon 3 is equals to z plus 1 upon minus 1. So equation of line is given to us. So from this equation we are trying to find out coordinate of one point on the line. So this line passes through the point point. What are the coordinate of that point? -1. If +1 is there, take here -1. Then if -3 is there, so take here +3, and +1. If +1 is there, take here -1. Already this part we have discussed when we have proved this equation of line. And the values in the denominator represents what? Direction ratios. And having direction ratios, what are the direction ratios? 2, 3, -1. 2, 3, -1 are the direction ratios of the line. Now coordinate of a point on the line and direction ratios are known to us. From this we are trying to find out value of a bar and b bar. So let us denote the position vector of this point by a bar. So let a bar be the position vector of point. Its coordinates are -1, 3, -1. So coordinates are known to us, and b bar is a vector. B bar is a vector parallel to line. Okay, so from this coordinate let us try to find out value of a bar. So therefore a bar will be equals to -i cap plus 3j cap minus k cap, and b bar is equals to, b bar is what? Vector along the line, or we can say that vector parallel to the line. If direction ratios of the line are known to us, from that we will get we are able to find out vector along the line or vector parallel to the line. Here that vector we have denoted by what? B bar. So value of b bar will be equals to 2i cap plus 3j cap minus k cap. Once the value of a bar, b bar and alpha bar is known to us, now we are able to apply this formula. To apply this formula, which value are required? Alpha bar minus a bar. So first find out value of alpha bar minus a bar. So therefore alpha bar minus a bar is equals to, what is the value of alpha bar here? 2i cap minus 3j cap plus k cap. Minus, keep it as it is. A bar will be equals to, what is the value of a bar? Minus I cap plus 3j cap minus k cap. So now take the difference. 2i minus minus plus I. 2i plus I will 2i plus I will be 3i. Minus 3j and minus 3j will be equals to minus 6j, and k minus minus means plus k. K plus k will be equals to 2k cap. Once the value of alpha bar minus a bar is known to us, now we are finding its magnitude. So therefore magnitude of alpha bar minus a bar will be equals to, its magnitude is under root 3 square plus minus 6 square plus 2 square will be equals to, what we'll get here, 36 plus 4 is 40 plus square of 3 is 9, means value will be equals to 49. And what is square root of 49? 7. Once the value of magnitude of a bar, alpha bar minus a bar is known to us, now observe this term. In the numerator we will require dot product of alpha bar minus a bar and b bar. So value of alpha bar minus a bar is already known to us. We are taking its dot product with which vector? B bar. So try to find out dot product of these two vectors. Substitute the value of alpha bar minus a bar, that is 3i cap minus 6j cap plus 2k cap dot b bar. What is the value of b bar here? 2i plus 3j means 2i cap plus 3j cap minus k cap. So which is equal to 3 2s are 6, minus 6 into 3 is minus 18, and 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. So let us try to simplify it. So minus 16 minus 2 is minus 20, minus 20 plus 6 is minus 14. So value of this numerator is known to us. Only the remaining part is to find out magnitude of b bar. So also magnitude of b bar will be equals to under root, let us try to find out this value, so which is equal to minus 14. Now we are finding magnitude of b bar. So this is the value of b bar here. From this value we are trying to find out its magnitude. What we will get here? 2 square plus 3 square plus minus 1 square, so which is equal to under root 4 plus 9 plus 1, means 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14. So here its magnitude will be equals to under root 14. Once all these values are known to us, remaining part is to substitute these values in the formula. So let us see what we'll get here. So what is the value of alpha bar minus a bar? So its magnitude will be equals to 7. So here replace this value by 7, keep square as it is. In the numerator we are substituting the value of dot product of alpha bar minus a bar and b bar. What is the value of this dot product? Minus 14. So in the numerator substitute value minus 14. In the denominators replace magnitude of b bar by its value. Magnitude of b bar is equal to under root 14. Under root 14 whole bracket square, which is equal to under root, what is square of 7? 49, minus, what is the difference? Minus root 14, minus root 14. So 14 upon root 14 will be root 14. Keep this minus as it is, keep this square also as it is. Under root, here 49 as it is, minus also as it is. What is square of minus? Square of minus will be plus, and square of root 14 will be equals to 14. So 49 minus 14 will be equals to what? 35. So units. So this is nothing but what? Distance. Distance of a point from the line can be find out applying this formula. So in this way we have got distance of a point from a line. This example can be solved again using one alternate method also. That method we will discuss in second example. Okay. So now observe the second example. In the second example, question is to find out coordinate of foot of perpendicular drawn from this point to this line. Means observe the given condition. One point is given to us and one line is given to us. Question is to find out foot of perpendicular. Let us draw perpendicular from this point on this line. Let us denote here foot of perpendicular, say by M. So first question is to find out the coordinate of this foot of perpendicular drawn from this point. If you observe this point, its position vector is given to us. From this position vector, the coordinate of this point are 2, -1, 5. Means to find out distance, and second part, find the length of the perpendicular, then find the length of the perpendicular. length of the perpendicular means what? Distance of a point from the line. In the last example also we have seen how to find out distance of a point from a line. If question is to find out distance of a point from a line, then we will have one formula which we have applied in the last example. But in this case, one part of the question is what? Find the foot of perpendicular. Means applying the formula we are able to find out distance of a point from a line, not the foot of perpendicular. That's why we are using here some alternate method. First we will try to find out coordinate of this foot of perpendicular, and once the coordinate of foot of perpendicular is known to us, by applying distance formula we are able to find out distance between what? 2 points. So first our aim is to find out what? Coordinate of this foot of perpendicular, means coordinate of point M here. So first observe the given condition here. So when position vector of point is given to us, so we are denoting it by, say, let P bar is equals to 2i cap minus j cap plus 5k cap be the position vector of point P. I am supposing that this is the position vector of point P and we have denoted that position vector by P bar. So therefore from this we will get the coordinate of this point P. We know that coefficient of I cap is x coordinate, coefficient of j cap is y coordinate, and coefficient of k cap is what? Z coordinate. From this position vector we have got coordinate of point P. Now let us denote the foot of perpendicular by what? M. So let M be the foot of perpendicular drawn from what? Point P, drawn from point P on the line. What is the equation of line? R bar is equals to 11i cap minus 2j cap minus 8k cap plus lambda into 10i cap minus 4j cap minus 11k cap, isn't it? So this M is nothing but foot of perpendicular drawn from this point on this line. Then let us denote the equation of this line, say, by equation number first. Okay, so now M is foot of perpendicular, so means point M lies on this line, and since M is the point on this line, means coordinate of any point on the line, means coordinate of point M satisfies the equation of line. So from equation of line we are trying to find out coordinate of point M. So therefore coordinate of point M R. So let us try to find out its x coordinate. So already we know that if position vector is given to us, then coefficient of I cap is what? X coordinate. What is R bar here? R bar is any point on the line. So here M is also the point on the line. So coefficient of I cap is nothing but X coordinate. So how many terms of I cap appears in this equation? 2 terms. So here if we are collecting these 2 terms, let us see what coefficient of I cap we will get here. So 11 plus 10 lambda is the coefficient of what? I cap, and coefficient of I cap is nothing but what? X coordinate. Now collect the terms of j cap, minus 2j and minus 4 lambda j. If we are collecting these 2 terms, so we will get minus 2 minus 4 lambda. So this is the value of what? Y coordinate. And let us try to find out value of z coordinate, minus 8 minus 11 lambda. So in this way we have got the coordinate of point M. Now if you will observe this coordinate of point M, one unknown value appears in this coordinate, which is that value? Lambda. If we are able to find out value of lambda and substituting the value of lambda here, we will get coordinate of point M, which is nothing but foot of perpendicular. And first part is to find out what? Foot of perpendicular. Means to find out foot of perpendicular, we have to find out value of lambda. Now infinite points are there on this line, but how many foot of perpendiculars are there from this point P on this line? Only one foot of perpendicular. And for this point, for this foot of perpendicular, we have to find out value of what? Lambda. Here if you will observe which condition is satisfying, this line PM is perpendicular to given line, and we know that if 2 lines are perpendicular, then their direction ratio satisfies which condition? A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 is equal to 0. using that condition, we are trying to find out value of lambda. But to apply that condition, we will require direction ratios of both the line. So first let us try to find out direction ratio of line first. So direction ratios of line first are, so here from this is the vector along the line from which we are able to find out direction ratio. What values we are getting? 10, -4, -11. Let us denote it by A1, B1, C1. I am denoting these direction ratios say by A1, B1, C1. So direction ratio of first line is known to us. Now which is the second line? Line PM. Now we are trying to find out direction ratio of second line PM. So direction ratios of line PM are, if you will observe this line very carefully, coordinate of 2 points P and M. So these are coordinate of point P and these are coordinate of point M. So coordinate of 2 points on that line are known to us. If coordinate of 2 points on a line is known to us, then direction ratios can be found out as x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. So see what result we will get here. 11 plus 10 lambda minus 2. So we have applied which result? x2 minus x1. Now y2 minus y1 is -2 minus 4 lambda minus -1 means will become +1. And lastly z2 minus z1 means -8 minus 11 lambda minus 5. Let us simplify it. 10 minus 2 will be 9. 9 plus 10 lambda. Here -1 minus 2 plus 1 will be -1 minus 4 lambda, and here -8 minus 5, -8 minus 5 will be equals to -13 minus 11 lambda. Let us denote these values say by A2, B2, C2. Means direction ratio of both the lines are known to us. When these direction ratios are known to us, now which result we are able to apply? That these two lines are perpendicular. So since line PM is perpendicular to line first, since these two lines are perpendicular, therefore direction ratio satisfies which condition? A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 is equal to 0. All these results we have seen when we have discussed relation between direction ratios and direction cosines. Well, now A1 A2, so this is the value of A1 and this is the value of what? A2, means 10 into 9 plus 10 lambda. B1 B2 means what? -4 into -1 minus 4 lambda, and C1 C2 means -11 into -13 minus 11 lambda. On this side 0, keep it as it is. So let us simplify it. So 10 into 9 will be 90. 10 into 10 will be equals to 100 lambda, -4 into -1 will be +4, minus into minus will become plus, and 4 just 16 lambda, -11 minus into minus will be plus, and 11 into 13 will be 143. Minus into minus is plus, 11 into 11 is 121 lambda is equal to 0. Now first we are collecting the terms of what? Lambda here. Let us see what we'll get. 121 plus 16, 137. 137 plus 100 will be 237 lambda. Now collect the constant term. 143 plus 4, 147. 147 plus 90 will be 237, plus 237 on this side will become minus 237. So which implies that lambda is equal to, this term will get divided on this side. Sorry, here minus 237 is there. So this term will get divided on this side, and what is the division? Will be equals to -1. In this way we have got the value of what? Lambda. Once the value of lambda is known to us, we are easily able to find out coordinate of point M. So therefore coordinate of point M are, so what will the coordinate? 11 plus 10 into -1. Just we are replacing this lambda and this lambda by its value. What is the value of lambda here? -1. So here -2, -4 into -1, -8, -11 into -1. So which is equals to 11 minus 10 is 1 here, minus 2 plus 4 will be 2, and here minus 8 plus 11 will be equals to 3. So in this way we have got the coordinate of point M, where M is nothing but foot of perpendicular. So that is coordinate of foot of perpendicular are 1, 2, 3. In this way we have got the coordinate of foot of perpendicular. Now second part of this question is to find out length of perpendicular. So let us try to find out length of perpendicular. So therefore length of perpendicular is equals to, can I say that this length of perpendicular is equals to PM? So length of perpendicular drawn from this point on this line is equal to PM. Now coordinate of point P is already given to us, and just now we have got the coordinate of point M. To find out distance between these 2 points, apply distance formula, which is equal to under root, what we'll get here, x2 minus x1 means 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 whole bracket square plus y2 minus y1 means minus 1 minus 2 whole bracket square plus 5 minus 3 whole bracket square. 5 minus 3 whole bracket square. Let us simplify it. So which is equal to under root 2 minus 1 is 1, square of 1 is 1, here minus 3 square is 9, and lastly here 5 minus 3 is 2 and square of 2 is equal to 4. So what we'll get here, under root 14. Isn't it? 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus 4, 14. So in this way we have got the distance of that point from this line. Here that distance means what? Length of perpendicular from that point on the line. So this is alternate method which we are able to apply to find out distance of a point from the line. If question is directly asked to find out distance of a point from the line, then apply the method which you have seen in the first example. But if the question is asked to find out foot of perpendicular, at that time you are to use this method only to find out what? Foot of perpendicular. Once the foot of perpendicular is known to us, then distance of a point from a line can be find out applying what? Distance formula.